There's something magical about booting up a game that shaped an entire genre. Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake doesn't just resurrect two NES classics. It transforms them into experiences that feel both nostalgic and refreshingly contemporary. After spending over 30 hours exploring Alfgard and beyond, I can confidently say Square Enix has delivered something special here. The visual style continues to impress me every time I see it in action. Each town shimmers with lantern light reflecting off cobblestones. Forests look hand-painted with careful attention to depth and shadow. And even simple overworld sprites carry more personality than I expected. This isn't just a fresh coat of paint, it's a complete visual reimagining that respects the original pixel art, while elevating it with modern lighting effects and particle systems. Dragon Quest I drops you into Alfgard as a solo hero descended from the legendary Erdrick. Your mission? Defeat the Dragon Lord and save Princess Gwaelin. It's straightforward storytelling, but the simplicity works beautifully. You're not bombarded with tutorials or quest markers demanding attention every 5 seconds. Instead, you explore at your own pace, piecing together clues from non-player characters and gradually building your strength through turn-based battles. The sequel expands everything significantly. Dragon Quest II introduces a full party system with 4 characters, one more than the original release, each descendant of Erdrick facing a new monster invasion. The world feels exponentially larger. The runtime extends well beyond the first game, and the strategic depth increases considerably when you're managing multiple party members instead of going it alone. Turn-based combat remains wonderfully traditional here. You attack, defend, cast spells, and use items. Nothing revolutionary, but the execution feels incredibly satisfying. Every sword swing carries weight, magic effects sparkle with old-school charm enhanced by modern animation, and the pacing keeps battles engaging rather than tedious. Dragon Quest I presents unique challenges since you're fighting solo against groups of enemies, a change from the original's one-on-one encounters. Some boss fights pushed me to my limits, requiring careful resource management and strategic grinding. The Dragon Lord fight, for instance, handed me several defeats before I finally emerged victorious. But that's part of the appeal. These games don't hold your hand. The sequel's party dynamics add tactical layers that make combat more forgiving, yet strategically deeper. I could designate one character for healing, while others focused on heavy magical attacks or physical damage. The new sigil system lets you enhance existing abilities with passive buffs, creating interesting risk-reward scenarios. Should I keep health low to trigger a damage bonus, or play it safe? These small decisions add tension to every encounter. Quality-of-life features like adjustable battle speed, auto-save functionality, and difficulty options make the experience more accessible without sacrificing challenge. There's even a Drakey Quest invincibility mode for players who want to experience the story without combat frustration, though I recommend playing on standard difficulty for the full experience. Both games encourage curiosity through generous loot placement and hidden secrets. Wandering off the beaten path almost always yields something valuable. Scrolls containing learnable abilities, mini-medals redeemable for prizes, or powerful equipment that gives you an edge in upcoming battles. Fast travel via Chimera Wings or return spells eliminates tedious backtracking, letting you focus on discovery rather than navigation chores. The orchestral soundtrack deserves special mention. Koichi Sugiyama's compositions sound majestic with full orchestration, perfectly complementing the medieval fantasy setting. Voice acting throughout both games brings characters to life with expert timing and genuine emotion. My only gripe? Some story segments lack voice work entirely, which breaks immersion when you've gotten used to fully voiced dialogue. New content threads naturally throughout both games without feeling tacked on. Goddess Rubis receives expanded lore in Dragon Quest I, while Dragon Quest II features additional areas, battles, and character interactions that enhance the original narratives. Even series veterans will find surprises waiting for them. Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake succeeds because it understands what made these games special, while recognizing they needed modernization. The HD-2D art style creates visual splendor without erasing the pixel heritage. Combat remains challenging and addictive. Exploration feels rewarding rather than aimless, thanks to smart quality-of-life additions. Are these games perfect? Some difficulty spikes in Dragon Quest I can feel punishing, and the UI remains fairly basic despite other modernizations. Random encounter rates might frustrate players seeking uninterrupted exploration. But these minor complaints don't diminish what Square Enix has accomplished here. This remake proves classic JRPG design still resonates when handled with care and respect. Whether you're a longtime fan revisiting your childhood or a newcomer curious about gaming history, Dragon Quest I and II HD-2D Remake offers two essential adventures that help define a genre. At its core, this is what remakes should be: preservation through thoughtful reinvention.